About what we have
All right.
Oh yeah.
Hey. No. Live right away today.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome back to the Adobe Live live stream from Paris, exclusively on lettering these 3 days. And we're on day 3.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The
Yeah.
last day with you, Martina.
Yeah, totally. That
Yeah.
was a 3 days lettering challenge for me.
Yeah, lettering challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Like getting like a print done, and like a lettering from sketch to digital.
Do you feel that little Stockholm syndrome kicking in?
Yeah, totally.
That you're in this little room here, and
Totally, yeah.
you're gonna be sad when you leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
the stream
this,
is good. Hello, everyone in the chat. Yes, hi, Martina from
Hey.
from Creative Cloud.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. So we spent 2 days already with you.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day we spent sketching with a pencil on tracing paper.
Yeah.
Go check out Martina's Instagram if you want to see the various phases of these sketches. And yesterday we spent our time together to actually vectorize the artwork. So we scanned in your work and you traced it in Illustrator using the pen tool.
Yeah.
And we learned a whole bunch of cool tips and tricks on how to best use the pen tool. Let me also remind you that if you're watching this on anything else but adobelive.com, come on over here to adobelive.com, because here we have everything you need to chat with us. There's a schedule for the upcoming guests tonight, and a tab for the contest, and all of the replays. So if you're here, if this is your first day with Martina, you've missed a whole bunch of stuff in the past 2 days. So there's a really handy little replays tab that you can explore, and all of the streams that we've been doing in the past 2 days are there already. Okay, so Martina, What are we going to do today?
I thought of reviewing a little bit what we have done so far for the people who just came in
should
right
I
now.
turn on the GoPro for
that would be cool.
Okay, so let me do that for a second, and boom, and move over to the GoPro.
Yeah.
Martina's become an expert of manipulating the GoPro.
Totally. So many skills learned in 3 days.
Yeah.
So
There we go.
so here we go.
All right.
Yeah, I just thought of explaining what you just explained in a couple of sentences, just to give an overview of how the process went. I was working most of the time here during the live stream, but then I was coming back to the hotel and continued drawing, and so every day I went back to the hotel. I either sketch more layers of a hand sketch, or I was working on Illustrator on my digital drawing. So I wanted to do a print for Valentine's, so I chose the word love because it was also like a short word that I could, something I could work with in 3 days. So what you see here is a photocopy, a scale copy of a thumbnail sketch that I did on my notebook. So I started by doing thumbnail sketching on my notebook. Then I chose one of this. I scaled it up on a copy machine, and then I started working on top of it with layers of tracing paper. So I went with the second layer, a third layer, a fourth, a fifth. Okay, let me make this a fifth. So this is where also people in the chat started to give insights on what they thought. Like I had, remember this, Rufus, that I had a very soft sort of sketch. This one you see on the left, with all this, soft shapes and stuff. So I thought, well, I would like to incorporate something a bit sharper, you know, some edges. So I added this thorns, and many people were saying that it looks sort of fluffy, it looks feathery, it looks also like related to the woods or to the jungle. So yeah, right, it looks jungly or whatever, I don't know. And so I simplified all these thorns, and they turn into like cutouts in the letter shapes. So that started to work a lot better. Yeah, and I arrived to a last sketch, which is this one here, right? So this is what I later scanned and used as background in my you know, on Illustrator for drawing this lettering in vectors. So this is what I did yesterday.
Yes. And this is the printout of an intermediate kind of version of it.
Exactly. So this is what I did yesterday, and you know, we printed it out and we did a lot of corrections. So there were a lot of shapes.
I love these. This looks so cute. Yeah.
And there's another animal over there. So we found some shapes that were looking at something else, and I worked later into improving those shapes. You know, some people in the chat told me that L looked a little bit weird over there, like sort of flat. Then there were some people commenting on the E, and you know, that it didn't look round enough compared with the rest of the shapes. What else? There were just adjustments also on this sort of cuts here. So this was, you know, I went home, or I went to the hotel yesterday with this what did we say yesterday? Plan de route? No.
The roadmap.
Roadmap. So I started to work, you know, shifting my points and improving the shapes. And we can now then go to my computer, actually.
Okay.
And I could show you how.
Let's move over.
Yeah.
There we are.
So I could show you how that moved forward after I left.
Oh, I mean, maybe the overlay shows. I don't know. It doesn't show on our screen, on our monitor there, but
that's true. Maybe we want to.
But no, but I think it'll show on. Let me just move my computer away a little bit, so you have all the room
then
you need.
Quit this. So yeah, that's my Illustrator file with the you know, the hand sketch in the background. So on every layer of, you can see here the layers I was working with.
Yeah, it's very difficult to see them.
Maybe we can turn this.
Yeah, just turn this on as not a template.
How do you do that?
Just untemplate it. Yeah, just click on template again.
Maybe because
maybe you changed the opacity. You used your old method.
But I think I copied from.
Otherwise, we can just pull it in again from your Creative Cloud library.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Still there?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, still grayish.
Yeah, it's still grayish. I don't know why.
Can we go to the layers for a second? Maybe the layer has some sort of an opacity applied to it.
No. Yeah, no.
Let's go on this on the appearance panel, and opacity 100.
Knockout group. Let me just do another layer with this.
Yes.
And I will just drop this. Okay, here we are.
Yes.
Here we are. So this was a sketch I used as a basis for my vector drawing, right? So then, I don't know if, this was the first digital drawing I did here live with all of you, and the one we printed out and then we made corrections. And this is how I continued working at home. You can see that, for instance, the L that I was commenting about and the E that was looking a bit odd changed in this version. I later continued rearranging. That was a big shift. Rearranging, I felt that everything was loose. It was missing a little bit of compactness, like it didn't look compact enough. So I made the shapes a little bit thicker so they come together a bit more, and I think that made a big change.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So I also worked a lot on the E. If you look at the E, I worked a lot on that one, on trying to get these cutouts working with that complex shape, because that E has it's a 2 stories E, and how to get those cutouts working together with the shape. So it looks a little bit evil now, or so then I continue working, improving those shapes, and this is sort of like the last version I got to, right? So yeah, and what to say about this? Actually, I was always thinking like, okay, we can print. I would love to print this sort of compact design with a silk print in one color. Do like a nice something that has like a nice texture and stuff. And I actually, in this case, I actually came up.
Give it a color.
Does that work? Okay, that works. I thought the red will.
I like the glitch.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. No.
That works.
Yes.
So I thought of using red for that solution. I don't know
why.
Well, yeah. So if you, as we were saying yesterday, if you are thinking, a lot of decisions you make depend a lot on what you want to do. What is that for? If it's gonna be printed in offset, if it's gonna be printed in, I don't know, other techniques, letterpress, whatever. So you can, make decisions according to that. So in my case, I just chose to have one color and, do a print that is silk print. So yeah, I'm hoping to know what you think, guys.
Yeah, the people in the chat actually like it. Looking really dynamic. Wow, a lot of work. Love that. Watching the second.
It's kind of looking flat again on the sides.
It's looking flat again on the sides. Is it?
I don't know. Look, that's a good
yeah, that's a good way to actually see the shape.
And I was using that yesterday, and I felt like the shape was, kind of working.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, anyways, when I wanted to do this in silk print, but I thought, yesterday many people were asking what about how do you work when you add texture or when you work with several colors and stuff. So I was thinking maybe we can try that out.
Yes,
maybe
absolutely.
We can see how that will work if I will be making a magazine cover, and I could have the chance to add shadows and textures. So I thought, let's switch to Photoshop.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
And for you, of those of you who are watching the stream, there will be a little surprise today, because our friends from Fontself have sent us a redemption coupon for Fontself, for Illustrator and Photoshop. So I will be showing in a second how to use Fontself, because it is a very easy way in Illustrator to create your own font. I'm pretty sure you're interested in that as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see that too.
So stay tuned for a Fontself giveaway. And we'll be giving away, of course, a print of this beautiful lettering, and also a Creative Cloud 1-year subscription. We're in Photoshop already?
We're in Photoshop already.
How did you do that? Did you copy paste it over?
I actually did. Sometimes I just open the file, so I just save the file in Illustrator. It depends how complex the artwork that I'm working with is. Sometimes I just, save the, let me see. So I just...
You could also drag and drop that new version into the library.
This one?
Yeah.
So, that's true.
So we have a whole bunch of stuff in the library now. The original sketch, the first version, and boom, now we have the final version as well. There we go.
There we go.
Then you would see it in Photoshop as well, in the library.
Okay, let me close this. So, if... so if I go to the library, where is the library? Here?
Oh, that's not. Oh, yes, there it is. Libraries. Up there, here.
All right, yeah.
And basically, yes. Let's see.
Okay, I have to go to.
Yeah,
okay.
to the right library. There we go.
There you go.
If you double click it, you will open it in Illustrator.
Okay.
You would need to drag and drop it.
All right. Okay, then let me just...
But you already did that, but it's just another way of doing it.
All right. No, it's good to know. I actually have to get used to this library workflow. I found it really useful. I don't use it in my work that much, at all, actually. That's why I find it really useful.
And it became a smart object if you look in the layers.
Okay, so you can actually...
basically, if you make changes in Illustrator now, they will be reflected there as well.
All right. Very good.
But we don't want that right now because you want to work on the pixels, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
yeah.
so basically you just need to rasterize that.
Yeah. That's
or
cool.
do the...
I would just keep it there right now.
Yeah.
And then just work on... Let me see. I have to think of a color scheme for this. I would like to have like a background color right now, so I could show you, to sort of have a background at all. Let me see. So now maybe a blue. What happens if I use like a really dark color? Wow. Okay. Okay.
That looks very nice and contrasty, very flashy.
Yeah, totally. So good. So a couple of things I would do. Yesterday I was speaking about that many times, being my work being always or mostly digital, many times like the big challenge is to make it look or to hide some features of, or appearance of the digital drawing. So I have, this is something you can also do yourself. I mean, you can also create your own library of textures. But I do have textures that I use in my work often.
Like paper textures?
Yeah, so I have a couple here, but I have a no paper texture. I think this one is more or less the same, but with a higher contrast. But you get all these dirty details that you don't necessarily need to...
The grit.
Yeah, exactly. You don't necessarily need to use it like 100%, but they add some hectic. Is that called like this? Like some
grit.
Grit. Okay.
Grit is like a little bit of dirt, you know.
Yeah, that also you
bit of
feel that you can touch
makes it edgy.
And,
yeah,
exactly. So I have a paper texture as well, like
So Charlotte, for example, she would like take her vectors and apply a little squiggle effect on it, so it gets a little bit of fuzziness, you know.
Yeah, I've seen that, and that's pretty interesting, and I think that's a good, you know, when you're working with something that is handmade, then you have to try to keep that handmade look. In my case, I'm not trying to make this look handmade because I you know, I polish those shapes and I like that they look polished, but you know, I wanted to, you know, to lose this. Sometimes digital drawings tend to be really flat if you don't add texture and depth and stuff. So so this is a paper texture. Another paper, this is like a recycled paper texture. I have a vignette. Actually, the vignette is you know, is when the corners of an image get dark. So
I always add that in Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, totally. And actually, this is an effect that or something that you could easily do in Photoshop, but I like to have it also as a separate layer, because you can then control. I have the feeling that you can control that a little bit more. So I have that. What else do I have? Okay, but I can already work with this texture. So so let's see how that works. This is fairly small. I think I got like a
big image there.
I think
it's not that big.
Actually my image is bigger, but I think I brought like a low res one, but it doesn't matter. Like in this case, sorry. So I'm just gonna multiply it here.
This is probably a detail that's gonna be very hard to see on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm thinking if I should add some. Okay, let's see. Let's keep it. Let's keep it there, and maybe I should add some contrast to that. Let me bring the vignette, for instance. So I think this might be more visible. I'm not sure because of the dark background. Maybe we can get another background. So yeah, it's hard to see. I think it's this blue.
Yeah,
that is
it's
hard.
A dark background that hides it. Yeah.
So let's see, what can we use as the background color? Maybe if I tone it down. Wow. No.
That's right, Derek. We're working on fixing that, the dark background. Maybe just for the sake of the experiment, we can leave the background maybe a little bit lighter.
Yeah. I really feel it vibrates with the lighter blue. So let's see, maybe I can fix it with other stuff.
Oh.
It does vibrate right there, right? So sometimes you know, I don't like when the shadow is super visible like that, but I think it's it's sometimes a good idea to have a certain shadow behind the letters that is really soft, so it creates, you can see it here, that it creates some sort of contrast. It makes the background a little bit darker, and therefore like the type goes, or the lettering goes, has more contrast, or pops up better. So, but now this is, don't worry about the colors.
Ashraf is proposing maybe to use a complementary color.
That would be like the complementary of red is green.
Yeah, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah, it would be blue and yellow. Yeah.
Blue and yellow. Okay, I'm thinking if we should maybe change the color of love.
Yeah, people are saying my eyes.
Yeah, no. Okay, that is starting to work better.
Yeah, look at that.
All right. Okay. So then we had the vignette. So can you see that? Can you see the vignette? It's very subtle.
Yes, very subtle, but it's there.
Yeah. So I can make it stronger, but I don't also. I'm not a big fan of doing the vignette super strong. So something I wanted to do as well, like another technique to add some texture to this, is to add some light film grain.
Film grain, yeah.
Yeah. So how did I do that? I did a filter or something.
Yeah, you actually did a non-destructive application of a filter, yeah.
All right.
So basically all you need to do is you duplicate the layer, like you just did, and then instead of reapplying, you just go into effects, double click on effects.
All right, here.
Here.
Oh, sorry.
On the effect itself.
Yeah.
Double click, and then you can choose the one. Is there the one that you're looking for? Okay.
No.
So we can just remove the effect from there.
All right.
So just take the whole effect thing. It's like little layers, you see. So take the effect and just trash it.
Yeah.
Also the smart filter.
All right,
also the hue and saturation. Okay, so now on this one, on this top layer, we have the original color.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So let me just desaturate this. Okay, I need to rasterize this and then desaturate, and I think it's somewhere here.
Noise, yes, you can add noise there.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I add noise. Sometimes I also have like a film grain effect, which is a layer I have extra. But this works. So I'm gonna desaturate this again, so I don't get this RGB thing. And I'm gonna add some contrast to that with the levels. I don't know if it's I'm just going too fast. You can re-ask if you're
creating in real time, so
yeah. So here what I'm basically doing is to creating like a noise layer, and I'm gonna just apply it on the letters and put the opacity down. So this is really subtle, but if you go close, like it is there, like you have some some noise on the letters, and it's not super visible, but I think it already adds, you know, some information to that, and
it gives it some some texture.
Yeah. So you can also, let me see if I can. Yeah, exactly. What I like of using old paper is that sometimes it, you know, it adds some sort of
like almost vintage kind of
exactly. And
feeling to it.
You know, it sort of blends all the colors into the same atmosphere. I don't know exactly how to say it, but when you turn that on, like I have here like a layer of old paper, then maybe all the saturation goes down, but it goes down in all the colors, and I think that's that's nice for some projects if you need it. So I'm gonna make that a little bit softer. So all right. Yeah, and I would normally, well, in this case, I don't necessarily want to like add. I don't want this to look realistic or like a real, you know, all these shapes to look like volumes and stuff. But you could also start, you know, incorporating some shadows if you think that this could, this has some volume. Then you could start imagining some, you know, some shadows that comes from lighting. Let me just show you how to do that. Let me think. Okay, so no.
You're painting on a new layer.
I'm painting on a new layer, yeah.
Unlike Charlotte, who paints everything on the same layer.
Yeah, she is? Okay. That's great.
I would paint things on the same layer as well. On different layers. Sorry.
So okay. So this is very roughly made right now.
Charlotte is here in the chat. Hey Charlotte, we're just talking about you. You probably felt. Do you have a saying in French? Like that your ears whistle when somebody talks about you, or les oreilles qui sifflent. Le orecchie che fischiano. You say that in English? The ears that whistle when somebody's talking about you?
I don't know, in Spanish definitely.
Yeah. So how do you say that in the chat? In Spanish, in Italian, and French, we all say the ears are whistling.
think I'm gonna try some brushes that I think Charlotte was working with brushes, right? With
Yes.
sort of like brushes with some sort of noise or.
Yes, yes.
So I'm gonna try some of this. So just to make a point with that one. You can just.
Oh, the ears are burning in English. Okay.
The ears are burning.
Yeah,
okay.
they use burning in
All
English.
right.
Yep. Sure.
So I just added a shadow here, right? So it's it's starting to have some volume. Like I just added just one shadow. So I'm gonna work a little bit.
I think that's a good place because that's from almost from one letter to the other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So as I said before, I don't want this to look like volumetric, but I think that could add some some depth to it. And
definitely.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go on with that, and I'm gonna try out the brush that Charlotte was using yesterday. So if Charlotte is in the chat, she told me that she was using like the default brushes of Photoshop. There's some default brushes that are interesting, she said.
Charlotte, if you can name the, I mean, I don't think it all changed with the new icons. So if you go into the brushes and add some brushes.
So here, right? No,
there, yeah, and there's a little menu command, like little wheel there, yeah.
Yeah.
And you say, there's all the different brushes here, and I don't know which one she's, maybe the natural brushes.
Could be. Let me see.
And you want to append them, not substitute them.
Append. Okay.
Yeah, so they come at the bottom instead of deleting.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that those is the ones we were talking about. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So I think what is cool from that brush is that
we found them, Charlotte. Thank you. In the natural
you.
brushes, yes.
I think that what is cool from those brushes is that I'm trying to add some texture to the drawing, and this brush has already this it's not it's already having some sort of texture, and it goes with what I'm trying to do here.
And I'd say in like 2 minutes or so, we'll just move over quickly to my computer just to show you how quickly you can create a font with Fontself for Illustrator. There's also a version for Photoshop, which is really cool because it allows you to create colored fonts.
Nice.
Also, there's a quick tip for Martina. Use Command-click on the layer icon to select the layer contents. It's faster than going into the menu each time.
So click.
Command-click on the layer.
Yeah, and all right.
Huh? No. Command-click on the layer, maybe on the image, on the thumbnail. On the thumbnail.
Okay.
Okay. See, and if you go back to the text. Command click. No, on this one. On this one. Sorry. See.
All right.
It selects the contents.
All right, that's very good.
You know what? I've spent years doing select all, move up, down.
Totally.
Yeah. Command click on. Okay.
So many
wow.
stuff.
Yeah. Me too. Michael, can I have my glass there? Tu me le remplis encore un peu.
So just a tip. So for adding shadow, for adding shadow to your letters, you just need to think of where the lighting is coming from. Like just decide a spotlight, where is it coming from, and then you can consistently add shadow to all the shapes. So here my lighting is coming from the top, so that's why I have a shadow over there, and I will have a shadow behind this shape over there. It's just another. I'm gonna use the technique. Wait. I just selected everything with the new technique. So I haven't decided on the coloring of the piece. I'm not sure this is, the ideal. So I'm open for suggestions on the chat if you want to.
On the what?
On the chat, if someone wants to suggest some sort of like.
Somebody was talking about the L, that the L needs some shadows too, but you're doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool thing about, these applications is that there's so many things, so many ways to do the same thing.
Yeah.
That you just pick your favorite.
Exactly, yeah.
The one that works for you. Everyone has a different Photoshop journey. That's right, Blanco Siniestro.
Just gonna add a shadow here. Not sure if that's gonna stay.
Really? Oh my god. So it lives here. Oh. People are feeding it. So Martina, do you want to look quickly at how Fontself works?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to move over to my computer very quickly. Oh, we're going to go on with you because I need to change the plug here because we still have it on your GoPro.
I'm going to save.
Save, yes, before.
So today is...
All right. So basically what I did, we had Will Patterson for the first slot today.
Yeah.
And I asked him, can you just, draw me the first 26 letters of the alphabet? And he did it. He did that on a piece of paper.
All right.
And I used my phone with Adobe Capture to make a picture and capture it. And then it immediately, oh, that's dangerous. Cups falling over with electronic things. No liquid in it, and basically it then appears in my libraries. Okay, and it's already vectors. Okay, so all I need to do is to place it here in Illustrator. Okay, so I didn't have to do anything. I didn't draw anything or anything like that. So the trick here Let's make it a little bit smaller. Cancel. Let me just put it like this. I'm gonna pull in a ruler because we need a baseline for the font, right? And the baseline, this is also something that you could do later in Fontself, but it makes it super easy if you do it right away in Illustrator. So let me just zoom into here a little bit, and let me get rid of some of the noise here that we have. And another thing, that when I pull it in from Capture, it's a grouped object. So the first thing I'm going to do is to actually ungroup this, so it becomes single elements. Okay, but also I need to create groups with the letters that have how do you say,
like two
a
strokes
point,
or,
yeah, like that have several parts. Okay, and it's just the I and the J really. So I'm going to group those together. And then very, very quickly, what I'm going to do is take these and I'm going to put them here aligned on the ruler here. And this is really something that Will created with his brush pen on his sketch pad. So I'm going to place them here on the baseline, because the thing that Fontself needs is all of the letters on the in one line. And the last one's here. I'm gonna put it over here. And then I'm gonna go quickly check the baseline. So let's see. And it doesn't need to be very precise. I can always change that later, but maybe the A, it goes below the baseline here and this stays over. The B, I'm gonna put it like this. The rounded shapes always go a little bit below the baseline, so I'm gonna do that. Same with the C, D. I'm gonna try to make them more or less the same. Okay, E, they're all round letters here. Okay, now F. F goes all the way down. No, obviously, yeah, it goes down, right? Like this.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, I would leave it like that.
Okay,
like
the G goes down like this. On the other hand, the H, we're gonna move it down here. Move the J, the I. The J goes below. I'm gonna make it the same height as the I.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's take the K. The K goes a little bit below the baseline. That's fine. And almost there. A little bit. Okay, let's leave it like that. Same thing with the N. O below the baseline. P. And then you'll be amazed at how quickly I can take these and create a font. Like that. And I'm keeping all the directions and everything that that Will actually put into it. Not changing those. And the thing is that you can always go in and you know, and change things. Like for example, if this is a little bit too pointy, you can change that. Like a little bit like we did in your illustration yesterday. You know, like to make the corners rounder and stuff like that. And like this. X, Y, Z. Hand drawn by Will Patterson. And the Z. Okay, perfect. Now I have everything on one line. Yeah. All right. And once the extension is installed, you can find it here under Extensions, Fontself. And basically all you need to do, drag and drop your letters here.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna select everything here, all the letters, and drag and drop it. And I can say, this is the lowercase alphabet, this is the uppercase alphabet, this is anything like emojis or whatever, but this is the lowercase alphabet. I'm gonna drop it here. Boom. It's already in here now. So basically what it recognized is that it's 26 letters. It put them all in order, and here's already a font.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can write here Martina Flor. Okay. Maybe the spacing between the letters is a bit too much, so I can simply say I want to have lesser letter spacing. very quickly like that. Maybe there's too much space between the T and the I, so I can go in here and where is the T? Over here. So I can say, okay, the T actually goes in a little bit more, so I can change that.
So you can define the boundaries.
I can define the boundaries of the letters. So and the R is also goes in a little bit. So I'm gonna do something like that. Okay. And then all you have to do is to export it. If I export this, I'm gonna call this Will Patterson font. Okay. And basically this becomes an open type font that I can share with anybody.
All right.
Okay. Or I'm gonna cancel out of that. I'm gonna say simply install this font. The font Will Patterson was just installed. And now I can go back to Illustrator and let me just close this Fontself window for a second. Use my type tool, make the type bigger. And with the alphabet that I've just put in here, let's say Martina again, Martina. Let's just say Martina. And under the fonts, what was it again? Will Patterson, right? Yeah. So let's go here. Will Patterson font. Where is it? Let me see. Will Patterson font and apply that. Oh, something went wrong with the M. Oh, because I have a capital M. Yeah. So Martina. Okay. See? Boom. Is that cool or what?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
I mean, it's actually pretty handy. Then you can, of course, you will need to edit each glyph, but.
Yes. So basically what we have in Illustrator as well is under the type here, we have something called the touch type tool.
Yeah.
Okay. And if text is selected, I can go in here and let me just zoom in here. And then I can go into this text, for example, with the touch type tool and say, okay, let's move this up a little bit, or like in here. And maybe I can move that up a little bit, and the T, yeah, I can resize if I want the T a little bit bigger. Then the I, I'm gonna put it here. You can move each individual letter with the touch type tool. And the cool thing is that this is still text.
Yeah.
See? So
and that changes only this.
Yeah,
line.
only
okay,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I go back to Fontself Maker, I can go in here. I can tweak things with the line spacing, the letter spacing. I can, Can
you tweak the shapes as well, or
the shapes? You would do that in Illustrator. So, for example, I could go here and say, let me see, if I want to work on the G, for example, and I want this line here to go in a little bit. Let me see if I can. Let me do that with the direct selection tool and move in the points a little bit. Okay, so I'm doing that not very well here. I would have to, if they were drawn, it would have been probably easier, but I'm gonna make changes here. Maybe what I can do is select these and delete those, for example. No, too much. Okay, and then I'm just gonna close this shape just for good document hygiene, right? And then I can take that G and is it do I see it here? It's over here. Okay, so I can take that G and simply drop in here, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna take that G away and I'm gonna say this is the new G. Okay, and done.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, super easy to actually create a font. So the guys from Fontself actually gave us a coupon to give out here as a giveaway during the stream. So as soon as Michael is back, we will Nightbot help us.
Yeah,
Yes, I forgot his name. No, Nightbot. Okay. So yeah, so that's a very, very easy way to create a font with Fontself. And there's also a version for Photoshop. And in Photoshop, you can create colored fonts. It works pretty much the same way, but yeah, the fonts can be colored as well, like with maybe gradients or like in your case, with shadows and things like that in it.
Okay, and like you can work with letter shapes that are not vector drawings,
Yes, exactly.
but images.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that could be, you could use then the font to write a title or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you can even adjust it if something is not working
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So let me move back to. Yeah, we're gonna give it away. Your computer fell asleep.
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Let's go back here. So let me close this. Yeah. All you need to do to participate in this giveaway, you have to type the word Fontself. One word. Fontself. All right. And thank you, Fontself, for providing us with a coupon to get a hold on to Fontself for Illustrator and Photoshop. It's a bundle. All right, so we're back here adding shadows on your illustration.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna tweak the colors a little bit because I'm not entirely convinced this is the...
And Fontself was kind enough also to give a coupon for you.
Nice.
Yes, so you can try it out.
Thank you. So after this, if you agree, like we were talking yesterday about like maybe, adapting this design to something smaller.
Yes.
Like many times when I have to do a job or I have to do, I don't know, a logotype or even for myself, I even have to do, sometimes I do a print for my shop, and then I have to, I want to use the same design to make a pin.
Yeah, like you have it today.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And then, for instance, this is a good example, actually. I did this ampersand a while ago. It was, who was that? I don't remember, but it was,
ampersands are cool.
Yeah, I love drawing ampersands, and so I did it like a full color ampersand, and then I wanted to do a pin out of it. But then, that ampersand that I did, which was like a big scale ampersand, had, it required a lot of adjustment to make it work in small sizes in something like this small. So I thought maybe we can see how this design or which kind of adjustments we should do if
we wanted to create a smaller version.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so Nightbot is making its wheels turn, and very soon we will have the winner. Okay.
Okay, Marina Boise.
Marina Marina Boise. Congratulations. We will be contact us. If you give us your Twitter handle, contact us right away, and we will send you a redemption code for Fontself for Illustrator and Photoshop. Congratulations. See if Marina pronounced Baze. Okay, Baze. All right, Marina Baze. Congratulations. So if don't forget to put in your Twitter handle in the chat so that Michael can pick that up, and he will DM you your redemption code. Actually, no, a form. Does she need to fill in the form as well? Yeah, directly the code. And if there's anybody in the chat that really liked to like things that, you know, they can create letter shapes and fonts, you know, Fontself. Let's see if my Twitter handle is, there we go. All right. So, Michael, I will send you the redemption code. You have it? I send you an image. Maybe I just do copy and paste. Okay? I'll send it to you right away. Because I have one for Martina, and I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna give you the one for the winner. Okay? Ba-ba-bum, and bam. Marina, you're all set. I would be very curious to see what font you create. Please, once you created a font, upload it to Twitter or Instagram and use the Adobe Live hashtag. And also, yeah, if you mention me, Rufus D, or M. Shays, Michael Shays, you know, we would be super happy to see what you can come up with. And also hashtag Fontself. To let them know. I don't know if there's anybody from Fontself in the room right now. Oh, Fontself is 30% off until January 15. That's 3 more days. It's totally worth it.
So Will be really happy. You did already like a bunch of work for him. You can just send him the
font,
OTF.
the Will Patterson font.
Yeah.
willpatterson.otf.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit more shadow and
Yes, we will do that in just a second. Marina's super happy. Exploding with joy. Very good. Very good. Are you getting... How do you feel right now?
Yeah, I'm at the point of, you know, there's always like a point where when you're creating, or at least I have this, that you're not entirely sure how it's gonna turn out, and then yeah, normally everything is okay after that. So I'm using this command click shortcut.
It's useful, right?
It's super useful.
Yeah. Well, CC Cook, we have a whole bunch of programs that work with Creative Cloud. Actually, let me actually send you a link to the page that has all of our mobile apps. There's Photoshop Sketch, there's Illustrator Draw, there's Lightroom, there's Capture. Everything you need to create on the iPad. Here's the link. Boom. I love it because it like you mentioned before, like adding like little details like that, like some of the texture and the paper texture and the noise, and then painting on it very in a free form kind of way.
Yeah.
Really gives it this this handmade look. You know, we're
Yeah,
really moving away from the precision and the crispness of vectors.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. So I'm trying to add some noise on the background. Like just
This also looked nice with the.
yeah. But sometimes it's like just a preview that looks like really thin, and then you have to work with the opacity or something.
That's right, CC Cook. That's how it works. You create on the iPad, and it ends up in a library that you can then use the artwork in Illustrator or Photoshop or InDesign.
So I like to turn this into a group and then experiment a little bit with the color, which is like what I'm not entirely super convinced of. What if I use the red?
Yeah. These are the noises that creative people do when it's okay.
No, but it's crazy. Sometimes, like you need when you don't have any restrictions. It's sometimes pretty hard. I appreciate that I work with with art directors and stuff, that they give you restrictions or they tell you like, hey, look, like my magazine, we are using this color scheme or whatever, and then you can sort of take that into your design. But when you have no restrictions, no parameters, then it's like, okay, it could be any color. So it could be any color, and it's actually fun that I can choose right now.
Yeah.
But what happens if I work with
And we're going to be giving away a print of Martina's art piece here to a lucky winner in the chat. So remember that everything is happening over here at adobelive.com. That's where we have the chat again, the same as on YouTube. We have a schedule of A screen printed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be a very special print. Screen printed. So that's a beautiful prize. Yeah. We need a tough question. Michael is thinking up a tough question, but while he does that, I just want to remind you that people in the chat who are subscribers to the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel have 5 times more chances to win in these giveaways. And these giveaways are automated by our friend Nightbot, which is a computer program that looks into all of the correct answers in the chat. Applies these rules, like if you're subscribed to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, you have 5 times more chances, etc. Or if the answer is correct or not, and then finds a winner in the chat. So good luck to everyone. We will soon come up with the question. Keep your fingers on the keyboards, because there will be the lucky winner of a screen printed version of this lettering by Martina Flor.
Something really tough.
Very good, Sumon. Sumon subscribed a year ago to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel. Good, perfect. That's actually the best way to get the alerts when anything is happening on live. Also, for those of you in the chat who like what we're doing, we're going to be doing these 3-day streams twice a month, every second week.
Let's see what's going on here. Got it.
Ryan is asking, have you thought of adding highlights? We spoke about it briefly yesterday,
I haven't, but it could be.
Do you have a question, Michael? Okay. All right, Michael is grinning. So, yes, it's gonna be a tough one, but it's a screen print, silk screen print, right?
Yeah.
Silk screen print of this love lettering.
So Martina, she designed the cover of the book, which is a story for kids. And we're like for kids.
Yeah.
And it's for Spanish editor. What is the title of the book?
Mm-hmm.
Spanish.
All right, so Martina designed a book cover. It's a children's book, but also applies to adults. And she designed that for a Spanish publishing house. So we need to know the title of the book, the full title of the book in Spanish. Ha ha ha. Oh, it'll take a while. Everybody's firing up Google. I guess. Maybe somebody knows. Oh, the chat is slow right now. It's like you can just feel them all. Yes, in Spanish.
You can also check it on my website. There's a couple. It is on my website right now. People is just saying some, just throwing some titles over there.
Ah. I don't know the answer, so we will have. Okay. No, actually, Peter E. Wendy. That was Cruciform, right? No. No,
Peter Pan?
Yeah.
You know the story,
Yeah.
Martina?
Yeah, sure.
So, no, but we had a Cruciform, Mario Cruci, with a newspaper.
All right.
And she did on the live stream the book cover for Peter Pan, but for the same publisher.
Ah.
Can it be?
No, I'm sure.
All right.
I'm sure.
And it was published afterwards, or
Afterwards.
nice.
And she did everything here on stream.
Wow.
El círculo de la suerte. Yep, that's right, Gary Libero. You mixed up the artists. Did you say Peter Pan first? They even get the accent right.
Just take illustration and when I will be back, I will
All right.
All right.
show you
All right.
what things on.
Okay.
So I'm pretty happy how the
Yeah,
the
this is turning out
color-
beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I think I feel that the shadows are a bit
Soft.
not
No?
soft. Maybe I have the feeling that they look very stainy right now. like a stain.
Okay. Mhm,
So yeah, this is something that could improve later.
Oh yes, this was
All right.
It was made on the
beautiful.
screen.
on the stream. Yeah.
Beautiful. You printed here? Okay.
Remember, it was like a month ago, maybe. Yes, last time. That's Peter y Wendy. No, Peter Pan y Wendy. Yes, that was a great.
Okay, the winner now.
All right.
Oula. Estibaliz, Gil Ferry. Sounds Spanish.
Oh,
Estibaliz.
Estibaliz Gilferrete. All right, congratulations. What we need from you right now is your Twitter handle. Estibaliz, is that a name? Is that a current name? Estibaliz?
Yeah, it's the first time I hear it, but
Okay.
it could be. Yeah.
Estibaliz Gil, I've heard Gil. Congratulations. You won yourself a screen print of Martina Flor's poster. Is Spanish, yes. It's a beautiful name, Estibaliz. So get in touch with mshaz on Twitter or put your Twitter handle here in the chat. That makes it so much easier for us to find you and send you all of the information that you need to claim your prize.
So I'm improving a little bit the stainy look. But in this example, I just wanted to give an idea of
Yeah.
a couple of things you can do to make the whole thing look not so flat and
I think
digital.
that's very
right?
successful.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy how that
Yeah,
turned
right?
out. Right? Like I have the feeling that I see it has more contrast here on my screen. Can it be? Like a
On your
little
screen,
bit-
it has more contrast?
or like
Yeah. It's normal. This.
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
all right, yeah.
Look, you can see it here.
Okay, so maybe I'm just exaggerating the contrast right now, just
Yeah, just
for everyone to see that a little bit better.
Okay, Estibaliz just put his Twitter handle there. Perfect. Everything is going so smooth today. And we can feel the love.
That's great. it's actually really fun to go home or go to the hotel after and see all the tweets and like a lot of comments and stuff. Things that I'm going to take out.
Yeah, people love it. This is amazing, Martina, from Caitlin.
Oh, thank you. I'm also happy, really.
So Mikkel Blach is saying, can you tell us or give us tips on the progress if you're making something to print and web, like transferring projects from CMYK to RGB and the other way around? Well, transferring from CMYK to RGB.
How would I deal with that? Or
does it
yeah,
depend?
that's a tough one. Because it does happen sometimes that I'm showing some sketches or some first drawings to a client and they're RGB, and then when you have to translate that into something that will be printed, then there are some reds, for instance, that you cannot get as well, or blues and stuff that are they are always toned down in CMYK. So yeah, you have to sort of adjust the colors. But I think the best is always to work on CMYK and get the best out of that. And if you have to turn that image to put it on your website or to use it on the web, then it's better to go from CMYK to RGB than the other way around, sort of like. Because
I'm a big believer in RGB workflow.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
For me, it's like it has happened that I was working on RGB, and then when I had to do the turn into CMYK, it was
messy.
Well, not messy, but it's just disappointing. Like I couldn't get the colors right.
There is also in Photoshop, I think, if you go under View, the View menu.
Yeah.
There is the preview. Proof colors.
Yeah. All right.
And that will show you how it would look in. But you are now in CMYK. But
okay, so
but if you were in RGB, it would actually it would show you how it would look in.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Because I always say that you have such a bigger color spectrum in RGB to work with.
Yeah.
And reducing it to CMYK is always a shame, I think.
All right, yeah.
What's all these comments about Rufus? The comments should be about Martina. So Blanco says that he checked your Skillshare class and it's one of his favorites.
Awesome, thank you. So I think I'm gonna cut it here, and let me see, where did I do the drop shadow? I have the drop shadow over there. So yeah, I think it's you know, it's cool to no, it's too much. To sort of show this, how was this whole thing naked, like as I brought it from Illustrator and how it looks right now. So I have this vignette now. It's pretty strong, but I wanted to be visible on the screen for you guys. And so yeah, I have this vignette, and when this just came in, oh sorry, this was like that basically. So what I've done is to add some very subtle drop shadow to create some extra contrast between the background and the letters. So what it basically does is that, you know, the background color gets a little bit darker just behind the letters, and that, yeah, it's something I do often when I work with type. And then
there's a comment here by let me just find that again, about Randy saying, I feel like a surprising amount of professional designers say they are colorblind. I'm starting to think they just say that so that they get out of the color matching issues with clients. Well, who's colorblind in the chat? I am colorblind.
You are colorblind,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Green, red, you know, that sort of stuff, yeah.
All right, so you see red here or you see green right now?
No, I see, it's like when the color is towards the pure,
okay,
I can see it.
All right.
But then, you know, when it gets like muddy a little bit, I can't say if it's a brown or if a green, a very light green is a yellow, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did you deal with that?
Well, my color theory teacher at university, actually, I was very distressed. I said, oh, I will never be able to do color theory.
Yeah.
And the day after, the following class, he came with a color wheel, and he said, well, it doesn't matter because you're going to be learning colors by numbers. So basically, I know the composition of colors, I know how to mix the colors, I know how to create the colors, but maybe I don't see them like everybody else.
All right, so you you know in your head how that color looks, but you don't see that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So yeah.
And in Illustrator, there's actually an interesting feature. I don't know if it's in Photoshop as well. Under if you go under View.
All right.
No, not there. But if you go back to Illustrator for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, and we go under View. There's where is it? Proof setup. No, up. Proof setup. And there's color blindness. And you can actually preview your work as if you were looking at as a colorblind person.
Wow. What?
Yeah.
So, but there's different kinds of...
yeah, there's two. I don't know the difference right now on top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, so one is red and blue, red and green, and so the other one is, yeah.
So that there's very few difference between both? Okay, that's very handy. For those who have, who are colorblind, huh?
Yes. So that's very useful.
Do you use it sometimes, or
no? Because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you have it in your head anyways.
I think it's. Eddie is also colorblind. Yeah, I know what you go through when designing. Yeah, it's great how different people cope with colorblindness. Yeah, I completely cope with it.
Yeah.
I was only very scared at the beginning when I had to do color theory at school. I thought I'm gonna fail the class, but I didn't, because colorblind people actually see other things better than non-colorblind people, like how do you say, the various values, the shades,
okay.
Like shades.
Yeah.
They see more contrast in images. So.
Did you ever felt it stopped you from getting jobs, or that teachers will?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, and once I had a student contact me on Facebook. She was really, really distressed because her teacher told her that she would never be a designer, just like I was told at school. that I could never be a designer because I'm colorblind. But then I went on and on. I just did it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And basically, what I did, I opened a poll on Twitter to ask all my creative friends who's colorblind, and a large percentage, it's like 15-20% were colorblind. So I said, you see, no problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead, follow your dreams.
Yeah, I always thought that anyways, even when you see different colors, they will work, because I feel that if you have if you can perceive the things different, if you're colorblind, then the colors you choose, even when they're not exactly what you're looking at, or other people see other colors, they sort of work together anyways. So I was sort of explaining a little, or showing a little bit what happened here when I brought they're speaking a lot about on the chat, a lot about colorblindness.
Yes, right now it's all about colorblindness. Yeah. Daltonismo is a Spanish word. Yes, it's the same in Italian.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was just explaining a little bit that what I did here. So I added some drop shadow, very subtle, not no high contrast over there, and then I added some shadows, so everything has some sort of volume. But still it's not realistic illustration. And what I did both in the background and in the letter shapes is that I added some grain effect. You can see it here when I activate the layer. So this is when you come closer, you can see this, but when you go far from the picture, then you don't see that anymore. But everything looks more natural, and so I did the same with the background. I think I have it over there. So just to show you, I did the same with the background. And where am I here? And I added also some old paper texture on top. So look how the colors are milled sort of when I activate the that layer. The white is not like super white, but it's
off-white.
Yeah, off-white. I'm just gonna put that down a little bit more.
So the grain effect she got using just noise.
Yeah. So you can just use noise. Basically, you just go. How do you do this? So let's say that I make another layer here, and what I normally do is I do like a gray layer, like a gray color layer, and then I go to filter, noise, add noise, and it will create this sort of colorful noise. So I just go and desaturate it later.
It creates a colorful noise because you use a color. So if you used white or black, it would it would have probably been or gray. It would have stayed gray.
Yeah, that's right. Let me see. It's what what we were speaking about yesterday. Sometimes you have certain workflow or things that you do, for which there's for sure better workflows or easier ways to do it, but you just stick to what you were doing before.
No.
I think it's because I'm working with a color, either CMYK or RGB. The noise becomes like it splits everything in colors. So what I do is just to desaturate that image, and then I can work on the contrast of that image. Yeah,
And also another way also of course is to add photo grain.
Yes.
Actually, we can do that on top of the whole image. Let's do that very quickly
let's do that.
with the camera raw filter. So no, not even with that. Just add a new filter. I think here. No, is this effects? Effects.
Yeah.
And let's see. No, we would need to select the group.
All right.
And now go to filter. Convert for smart filters. It will create a smart object with everything in it. And then. Okay.
Wait,
and
let
then
me save
if you
this.
Okay.
Just in case.
If you go to filter now.
Yeah.
You can now go. Because we're in CMYK, we would need to be in RGB.
All right. Let's switch.
That's another reason why I always work in RGB, is to have access to everything.
That is true.
So don't rasterize.
That is true. Michael, is that possible to get some more?
Okay, let's try it again.
Yeah.
Filter. And there's camera raw filter.
Yeah.
Okay. And there, it's all of the filters that we have in camera raw. Like, for example, you can change the exposure, the contrast, the highlights, everything. And if you go here under effects, there's also down here. Oh, there's the vignetting. You can add vignette.
Yeah.
Just like on the photos.
All right.
See? Pretty cool, no?
Nice.
Okay.
But this vignette you can add also as a filter in lens correction.
Yes, but this is non-destructive.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then if you go down a little bit more, and where is it? Oh, the grain here. Yes, of course. Grain amount. That's dehaze.
Sorry.
Is to remove the fog. Yes, there you can add grain to the image.
I see it. It's nice. Okay, size.
Of the grain and the roughness of the grain.
All right, that's too big size. Yeah, that's pretty distracting already.
That's also a way to put texture into the image.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, and this effect applies on the whole bunch of layers, all together.
Yeah, on the whole image.
Okay.
Or on a specific layer. You can do that just on one layer if you want.
All right. Okay.
And the cool thing is that if you say okay. Okay, then you already have a mask. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Already have a mask. Okay, so I can select the mask and say, for example, if I use the brush with the white, right? The white removes, right? I can. Oh no, it's the opposite. The black removes, right? Yes, of course. I can go in here and remove the grain from specific areas.
All right.
No. Now I don't know if it's the type of brush, but basically I can mask out the filter.
Yeah, you can see it here actually. You can see the.
Anyway, that's just another way.
All right.
To do it.
Very nice.
Hey, Martina.
Yeah.
We only have 20 more minutes.
Yeah, I think we're not gonna do the scaling work.
But we have to do a Creative Cloud giveaway.
All right.
Yes, we can do that right now. And what I want everybody to do in the chat is to say something nice to Martina, including the word Martina. And remember that if you come over here to adobelive.com, there's a very easy access to follow the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel, which gives you 5 times more chances to win at these giveaways because it's all automated by Nightbot. Nightbot is helping us to choose the lucky winner of a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription.
So I'm trying to find out, I'm asking you about what we just did. So we created this
smart object.
Yeah, smart object, and if I want to edit, then I just
double click on it.
Okay, and it opens like another file.
Yes.
So this file is sort of linked.
It's inside.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, when you place an Illustrator file into Photoshop as a smart object. If you double click the smart object, it opens an Illustrator.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
It actually happened. Yeah. Okay.
Martina's amazing. Thank you, Martina.
Thank you.
Martina, you rock. Can you feel it? Can you feel the love, Martina?
Yeah.
Amazing work by Estibaliz, who already won, so he's not writing the word Martina. You can write the word Martina if you want. Oh, this is beautiful, Martina. I would love to see this added to your shop.
We will actually.
You're awesome, guys. Thank you for all the positivity that you're sending over to Martina. Please have Martina on again soon. See, they loved watching your work.
Yeah.
So did I.
So it's amazing how time flies here on the live stream.
Pardon?
It's amazing how time flies here on the live stream.
Time flies. Time
It's
flies.
crazy.
Yeah, we've spent 6 hours together.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Like, and over the 3 days, every day we stream 8 hours.
Yeah.
3 times 8.
That was yesterday we did the math or what?
Like,
that was
like
24
in 3
hours?
days, like, yes, 24 hours of stream.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, crazy stuff. And on adobelive.com, there's a handy little button that links to all of the replays of this live lettering stream. And there you can have all the replays from Will Patterson, from Martina, from Peter Kaiser, who's on in about 20 minutes. And of course, Charlotte Smith, who will be back with us later today for the night shift, because in Paris it is going to be 10 to midnight. All right. And those of you in the US and the rest of the world, it's like daytime, but we call it the night shift. Martina deserves a prize for spending 6 hours with you guys.
No,
all right.
You treated us very good. We had wonderful lunch today.
Wonderful lunch.
Yeah.
No, we treat our guests well.
Totally.
Right? Yeah. Tomasz. I don't know if that's the last name, but anyway, Tomasz. Oh no, Tomasz. You answered something. Tomasz is not the winner. Okay. Do we have a winner yet? Judith Mayer. Did I see it? Judith. I don't see it. There we go. Judith Mayer. Judith, please put in your Twitter handle here in the chat so that we can reach you and direct message you with all of the information you need to claim your prize. You've just won yourself a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription. And if you're already a Creative Cloud subscriber, which, you know, I hope, it'll add another year to any subscription that you already have. So, congratulations, Judith. Fantastic, right? So, your Twitter handle and we will contact you.
So I was thinking, shall we put this poster or print somewhere?
So people can...
No, I was thinking, like, I really like what Will did, you know, like he placed his design somewhere. So I was thinking, like...
Maybe, can you check if you...
Like, maybe...
The new Photoshop screen, there's a template, like, as if it was in Museum.
Oh,
yeah, or
okay.
something like this. I was thinking like something epic or like... Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
On the street or whatever, like...
Let me check. I think there is one. And worst case reviews, it's in the
Yeah, I'm gonna go there first.
Yeah, that was one option.
So I can share this actually on the.
Yeah, you can share. Just take a.
I share it on the library.
Yeah, but maybe to make it easier, just just for the fun, you know, the placement. So I would zoom out. Yeah. Okay, let's just do this.
Wait, this is actually. Oh wait. Okay, so this should
Oh yeah, this
be.
one.
It did update it here, or
Is it one layer or is it flat?
it's
Smart object?
So I saved that and it's supposed to update it here. I guess it did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the artwork, no?
Mm-hmm. Where is the library?
Oh, are you gonna put it in the library?
Yeah.
That'll be the best. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. So let me see.
Let me see.
So how?
You just have to wait for us now.
Yes, you
Yeah,
continue
I'm
working.
excited. Okay. Okay.
There's many on Adobe stock. Something like that, but it needs to be vertical, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like this maybe?
Wow. Is that digital? The guy is like digital, right? Like, yeah. It's not.
I don't know. I think it's a photo. Ah, you mean like it's placed there? Could be.
It looks.
Very quick.
What?
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's coming, right?
Maybe it's a bit heavy.
Yeah.
So you're taking care of it, Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I was editing this.
Oh, Jackie is saying that the Behance link on your website is broken.
Oh, really? Okay. Thank you.
Martina will be checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just go back to, you know, just not make it a smart object and.
So you can undo this, or how is it? Like you can.
Okay, what I would do
Yeah.
is to actually get rid of the smart, or you can just control.
I'm actually happy with the smart filters right now. So
Okay.
I mean, this workflow
Yeah.
works actually.
Very good.
Okay, it's
It's
synchronizing.
syncing, yeah.
Oh, you're fast at doing mockups. I want to add.
Okay, so somebody was trolling you. The links work fine. Thank you, D2 to check it and unveil the scam.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, we have 5 more minutes with Martina. If you have any last minute questions for Martina, this is the time. We will then be joined by Peter Kaiser for the next 2 hours, and after that with Charlotte Smith to close these 3 days of streaming about live lettering here on adobelive.com.
I love this.
This is so cool. Yeah. This is how it's gonna look.
So wait, let me do this like full screen over here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. It even got a reflection on it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay, so we're gonna put it in the background now.
Okay.
Ta-da!
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking in the back. Where is it? Yes.
Press that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, beautiful.
Very nice.
Turned out great. Yeah, and remember how this all started? It all started with sketches in a notebook, and then using tracing paper, step after step, refining it.
Well,
It's almost transparent, yeah.
Yeah.
And then taking everything over to Illustrator, vectorizing it very quickly. I must say, you were like very quickly, like putting all these little Bezier handles and lines.
That can go really quickly, but then you have to, get the shapes right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And then I know that you continued working on it. As homework.
Yeah.
And today, we explored like how to add a little bit of texture to it, a little bit of depth, a little bit of shadows to make it a little bit less. How can we say less?
Less digital.
Less digital.
Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. Like the V looks like an E. No. That looks wonderful, right? Amazing, Estibal is. Yes, that's right. This is amazing. So, you can post that to your.
I will.
Yeah, to your Instagram, and so I think this is a great piece of lettering that you did live with us, Martina. I thank you for having been with us.
Thank you for having me.
I think the result is really, really impressive, and. We will be back in at the top of the hour. Are we ready? Mikael, are you?
In 1 minute.
In 1 minute. Okay.
When it's done, you click here.
I just click here, and where can we buy this? Okay, so Martina on her website, martinaflor.com. There's a store button.
Yeah.
And there you can find the pin that she's wearing and a whole bunch of other goodies that she puts out there. And hey, who knows? Maybe this poster will be there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will.
Mm-hmm. All right, Martina. This is your chance to say bye-bye to the audience, and
thank you guys, and thank you for all the insights on getting this work right. It's been like an amazing 3 days challenge to get the work done in 3 days. So it's pretty cool to get yourself some deadlines, as you can see. Like, so thank you, and thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yay! Yeah. Thank you, Martina, and thank you, chat. We'll see you in 5 minutes. We're gonna be back here with Peter Kaiser for some more live lettering, legendary live lettering. So, stay tuned.